Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, the high performance mentor, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show raises the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Yo, when life gets the heaviest, my bro, that is actually when your family needs the strongest version of you. And you would think that when life is the heaviest, you're like, holy shit, that's when when life is the heaviest, I want to be the most focused on whatever is fucking being heavy right now, right? But no, when life is the heaviest, it's when our family, the people who are most around us, the people who are most important to us, is when they need the strongest version of you. It all gets connected to you, bro. You see, look, let me share a little quick story. My brother, life has been absolutely hectic lately for me. It really has been. Building the business, working on myself, working on leveling up mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, taking my relationship to the next level. And in the middle of all this, I literally had to take a hard look in the mirror. Because honestly, straight up, I had to realize that, bro, I hadn't been the best son-in-law. I'm taking care of my relationship. My relationship with my wife is better than ever. But I took a look at the family, at what's important to her, her mom, her grandma, all this, and I was like, yo, you know what? Yeah, life is harder than ever, but I haven't been the man that I truly wanted to be. I hadn't dedicated enough time or attention to the woman that my family, to the women, I should say, that genuinely needed help. I focused on my wife, but I didn't focus on my wife's mother, on my wife's grandmother. And they're there by themselves. And so, dog, instead of just making excuses, how I normally would have, I went and I repented. I apologized. I had a hard conversation with her. I didn't want to. And dog, I committed to stepping up. Yes, I could have said, oh, life is busier than ever. Oh, life is more hectic than ever. Oh my God, things feel like they're gonna all fall apart. And that's all fucking true. I could have let the excuses rip. And I truly had fucking ammo to let it rip that way. But I chose to become better because of it. I chose to step up because of it. I chose to take ownership. Because real men take ownership even when it hurts. You see, weak men, they justify. Strong men, they take responsibility, brother. Let me elaborate on this. See, most men today, we avoid accountability because accountability, it hurts the ego, man. Of course, it's easier to say, oh, I've been busy. Oh, life is just stressful. Oh, I'm doing my best. Nobody understands. Nobody knows what I got going on. Brother, we all have something going on. Straight up. Growth starts the moment that you stop defending your shortcomings. We all have something that's going on. We all have something that's going sideways. We all have something that life could be better. And instead of focusing on making that the excuse of why you're not doing what you should be doing, why are you going to defend your shortcomings? Why not use that to fucking become better because of it? You see, you could be everything falling apart but still building your business. You can be everything falling apart but still building yourself. Everything could be falling apart. You could still be chasing your goals. You could still be working hard. You could be still fucking making shit happen despite the pressure. And you still unintentionally neglect the people who matter the most to you. It's just part of how life works. And that doesn't make you evil. It really doesn't. What makes you evil is refusing to acknowledge it. That's where the real damage happens. We become emotional. We let our egos drive what's going on our lives, and we let the excuses run after one after the next. That's when the damage really starts to happen. But dog, a powerful man can say, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I need to do better. And that right there is strength. That right there is maturity. That right there is power. That right there is a wide open warrior. See, accountability is painful, but it is the doorway to becoming the man that you're called to be, my brother. So you're going to make up some pussy-ass excuse, or you're going to take accountability for how you've been rolling. See, responsibility is heavy, but it builds strength. It builds character. It builds the fucking man that you say you want to become. Most men, they want purpose, right? But purpose always comes with responsibility. And the moment we see the responsibility that's attached to that purpose that we say we want, we start backpedaling. Oh, hold on, I don't know if I'm really ready for this. Everybody wants the respect. Everybody wants to build a legacy. Everyone wants that leadership title. Everyone wants to have that strong family. Everyone wants to have that meaningful life, right? But few actually want the weight attached to that. Brother, responsibility is heavy. It really is. Especially when life already feels overwhelming, when your energy is low, when you have some long ass days, when your schedule is packed to the dick, when you're rebuilding yourself too, when you're working on so many other areas. But carrying the weight is what forges the strength. And so you're going to say excuse after excuse after excuse of why you can't become better even more? Or are you going to use that weight that you have and use it to forge the strength needed to become the next man, the next version of yourself? It's like, think about it like this, bro. If you work out, if you go into the gym, right, you don't build muscle, like some fucking hardcore muscle, by lifting light weights forever. Fuck no. The heavier the load, the stronger you become. And so life works the same way. If you have a lot of things on your plate right now, then be happy. Good. The level up is happening. You see, stepping up for your family, dog, it may mean, and it means something different for all of us, right? But maybe one of these will hit home for you. Stepping up for your family, it may mean maybe making more time for them, making more money for them. Maybe it could be helping elderly family members, maybe going and doing some things around the house that maybe women are not really capable of doing. Maybe it could be go lending in hand when they know that they can count on you. Maybe it's being emotionally available. Maybe it's sacrificing some of the convenience that you have in your life. Maybe it's putting others before your comfort. Dog, I'm not saying that it's easy, but I am saying it's what real men do. And if you're focused on building a relationship as you should be, then the people attached to the wife that you care for matter. And so my wife is one of the most important people in my life. And so, of course, her mom and her grandma are going to come with that. The shit doesn't get easier, dog. We just get fucking stronger. You see, your family needs the man that you're becoming, not the man full of excuses, the man who's willing to see the hard rope ahead and fucking pull up his sleeves and go fucking attack this shit. Your family doesn't need perfection. Your family needs presence, my brother. They need the effort. They need for you to take the leadership. They need for you to lead with love. They need for you to be consistent. They need for you to be dependable. Brother, one of the biggest regrets that men carry later in life is realizing that they were physically present but emotionally unavailable. I've seen this shit. I really have. Too distracted, too busy, too disconnected. Now all of a sudden they realize, where the fuck did life go? Often we don't even realize that shit happened until life punches us dead in the chest with a perspective. And I don't want that to be your life. I don't want that to happen to you. That's why I talk about my experiences. That's why I talk about what I'm going through. That's why I process these things and I try to put them into a lesson that I've learned from and I could share with you. Because life is gonna be challenging. The things will come to fuck you up. Things will seem super heavy. And when it's the heaviest, it's when you need to be the strongest. Like there comes a point where you just realize that, these people are not going to be here forever. And so of course I could have said, yes, my life is busy. I have a lot going on, all this stuff. No, I choose to not have those excuses. I choose to use the love that I have for them and knowing that they're not going to be around forever as the reason why I'm going to go do this. The phone call matters, brother. The visits matter, brother. The help that you could give them matters to them. Even if they say, I don't need your help, I promise you that they will need your help. The patience that you will have for them matters, especially as they get older. The effort that you put in matters without a doubt. That awareness that you can give them, it changes like how they perceive you, how you show up as a man, how you connect with them on a whole nother level. You see, legacy isn't built only through success. My brother Alex would argue this to the max. Legacy is built through how you show up for the people who need you the most, despite as everything else going around you, feeling like it's blowing up. That's what makes a true warrior. That's what makes a true man. And so, bro, my question for you is this as we wrap up this episode. What responsibility have you been avoiding because life already feels heavy? Think about it. We all have that shit. What excuses have you been making? What like all this fucking mental drama, bullshit, baggage that you put up in your mind? What responsibility have you been avoiding because life already feels heavy? Because you already think you got too much on your plate. And my challenge for you this week is I want you to just attack that shit. Make the phone call, apologize if needed, check in on family, offer help, be present, take ownership, set up where you could have been lacking on so that you could fill in the void, so you can fill in the gap, so that you could become the man that you say you want to become through actions, not through the words. Doc, because it's convenient. It's convenient to make the excuses. But that's not what strong men do. Warriors see the inconvenience and still go for it because they know that those are people that they love. Brother, becoming a better man isn't just about building your body, it's about just making more money, it's about creating more status for yourself. Becoming a better man, becoming a wide open warrior, it's about becoming dependable. It's about becoming reliable. It's about becoming present. It's about becoming loving. It's about becoming responsible. Because one day, your family won't remember how busy you were. One day, they're going to remember how you showed up for them when it matters the most. So what is it going to be for you? You're going to be remembered by a fucking warrior? You're going to be remembered like a man who was never present. The man who always made excuses. The man who just talk, and didn't back up the shit that he wanted to. So a choice, dog. Let's make it happen. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, claiming victory for every single wide open warrior that's out there. My brother, this is your wake-up call. Break the chains, step out of the average, and become that badass motherfucker that you were born to be. This Live Wide Open movement isn't just a podcast. This is a mission that God has stamped in my heart, and helping you rise is the purpose I live for. So lock this shit in and hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. And yo, today's message, if that shit lit a fire in your chest, my brother, don't you dare keep this shit to yourself. Fuel another brother. Send this to another motorhead. Send this to another gearhead. Send this to another warrior who's hungry for more. Because the truth of the matter is that, bro, building a better life for your family is non-negotiable. You got people who are depending on you. You've got a legacy to create. And those excuses, they keep popping up in your mind, my bro. They're never gonna feed the fucking table. Accept that. That's why it's time to get up, it's time to lock in, and it's time to get to fucking work, dog. This is your moment, this is your mission, this is your movement, and wide open is the fucking way. Let's go.